Hello everyone. Did you know that 90% of people with Parkinson's are likely to struggle with their speech and their swallowing? My name is Samantha Ellendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. We are a nonprofit speech therapy clinic solely dedicated to helping people with Parkinson's regain and maintain their ability to speak and to swallow. I'm going to take you through the 6 speak out exercises. The Speak Out program is a program that we developed at Parkinson Voice Project. It's highly effective. If you want to learn more about the research behind this program, visit parkinsonvoiceproject.org. The website is at the bottom of your screen. Go to the top where it says Patients and Families, and there's a tab about research. We're going to go ahead and get started, but first we need to take a sip of water. As you bring the cup to your mouth, make sure that you are swallowing with intent. Yes, you're going to have to be deliberate and purposeful when you speak and when you swallow from now on. The first speak out exercise is called the warm-up. With Parkinson's, you need to warm up your voice, and it's not unusual that you'll have to warm it up several times during the day, especially if you've gone an hour or two without talking to someone. Your voice is like an instrument. If you were to play an instrument in a symphony, you would never perform without warming up your voice. So let's warm it up. Here we go. May, me, my. Lift your voice and project it forward. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Be deliberate and purposeful. Every single syllable with intent. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Don't trail off. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Every sound projected forward, up and over. Let's do it backwards. Here we go. Moo, mo, my, me, may. One more time backwards. Ready? Moo, mo, my, me, may. Good. We're done with the warm-up. Let's take a sip of water. Pick up your glass with intent. Take your time and take a sip of water with intent. The second speak out exercise is the ah. Deliberately open your mouth, lift the voice, project it forward with lots of confidence. Ready? Ah. Keep the sound consistent all the way through. Don't let it trail off. Let's do it again. We're projecting the voice forward. We're not yelling. We're not being loud. We're not going, ah, we don't want that. No, we're lifting our voice and speaking out. Ready? forward. It's not here. Parkinson's wants to make everything right here. So we're not going, ah, no. We're being confident. We're speaking out. Let's do it again. We're improving our breath support for speech. We're working hard. One more ah. Ah. All right. We've done the warm-ups and the ahs. Let's take a sip of water with intent, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. Are you working hard? On a scale of 1 to 10, I hope you're working at an 8 or 9. It should take effort to do these exercises. The next one is the glide. We're going to project an ah forward and then go up. All right, here we go. Ah. Stop. Now, when you do this, I want you to project the ah out first and then move. That makes you use more intent. So I don't want you to go ah and just start gliding up from the beginning. I want you to control it more. I want you to say ah and then have it go up. We'll go up a little faster this time. Here we go. Stop. How'd you do? Were you able to project the ah first and then make it go up? You're using more intent that way. Do it again. Stop. This is a very challenging exercise. That's why I want all of you to be working with a speak out provider in your area. Our website is at the bottom of the screen, parkinsonvoiceproject.org. Right on the home page, you'll see a tab that says find a speak out provider in your area. You will not reach your full potential unless you combine both one-on-one treatment with these online sessions. These online sessions are something good, I guess, that came out of the pandemic. We started doing them just as a temporary Band-Aid because our clinic was closed. We wanted to help all of our patients maintain their speech and swallowing. But now we're finding that with intensive practice, regular, consistent practice, we've always known that's important, but now we're finding how beneficial it is for you to practice online. So you need both, okay? One-on-one treatment and online practice. Let's do another glide with intent. Stop. Take a sip of water. We'll do one more before we move on. Get ready. Make this one your best one. Here we go. Stop. going to move on to the next exercise. We are strengthening the muscles that we're using for speaking and swallowing. We've got to make the muscles stronger. And then we speak with intent when we talk with other people. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the counting. We're going to project every number forward. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and over. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exaggerate. 13, 14, 15, 16. Couple things about this exercise. I want you to connect as many numbers as you can, not more than what's in one line. Okay, so we don't want to do one number on every breath. So we don't want 1, 2. No, we want to connect them and connect as many as we can. Take a breath when you need to. The other thing I want you to watch out for is I don't want you to start any secondary behaviors. So I don't want you to start going 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2. I don't want you moving like that. I want you to learn how to speak out, just being relaxed, like you would be at the dinner table or sitting out on your lawn, talking to your neighbors. So make sure that you don't start any of these, what we call secondary behaviors, or you start looking up, okay? And that's really just related to that you're trying so hard, and these muscles here are not as strong yet. And so you start kind of compensating. Watch out for that. Relax, okay? Sit back, everybody. Relax. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. With intent. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now go backwards, up and over, project the voice forward. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Speak out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This should not be easy, okay? You should feel like you're working. Let's take a sip of water with intent. Think about it. And later on, when you're eating and drinking, I want you to start to be more mindful. Mindful as you pick up your fork and your knife. Mindful as you scoop the food up and put it in your mouth. People with Parkinson's need to think about their swallowing, whereas before they didn't, but it will really help you. Now, we didn't have any questions come in. If you're new to the broadcast at this point, I would answer any questions that somebody had. By the way, the email address is down at the bottom, intent@Parkinson Voice Project, if you have a question about Parkinson's or speech, voice, swallowing. So, since we don't have a question, I'm going to show you a video. This is kind of a cool video. Yesterday I showed you an animation of somebody articulating different sounds. If you missed that, watch yesterday's. But this is actually somebody singing Mozart in an MRI. And it's kind of cool to see the tongue and the lips moving and the velum, the soft palate, moving up and down. Let's watch this video. Is that amazing? Dr. Brune always said that it's a miracle that humans can talk. The coordination and the control that goes into speaking, and that's just the mouth part. In order to speak, we're coordinating the respiratory muscles, the phonatory, the vocal folds, and the articulatory. Parkinson's is a movement disorder. People struggle with control and coordination, not only in their walking and their writing, but in their speaking. But when you speak out, when you speak with intent, you activate a motor system that is still functioning in Parkinson's, and it works. People will be able to understand you better when you speak out. All right, we're going to move on to the reading exercise. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Yesterday we did some of these. These are clever slogans that were submitted to us by Gail. Thank you, Gail. And Julie is monitoring today's session. She will go ahead and put this reading material into the chat feature so you can download it and practice it later. When you work on the reading, we are coordinating the respiratory, phonatory, and articulatory systems. When you say ah, the mouth is open. You're not moving the tongue as much. So now we're going to work the full system. When you read, it's not like reading a story or an article to your spouse at the breakfast table. It is a workout. So I want you to project your voice over the crowd, the imaginary crowd in front of you. Here we go. Let's read with intent. At an optometrist's office. Ready? If you don't see what you're looking for, you've come to the right place. Now, this time read it with more intent. Stretch out the vowels. Ready? At an optometrist's office. Ready? If you don't see what you're looking for, you've come to the right place. Say that part again and stretch it. Ready? If you don't see what you're looking for, you've come to the right place. You see, it takes a lot of control to do that. It's very difficult with Parkinson's. But if you can change the way that you speak, make your speech do what you want it to do, then that's better. All right, next one. Ready? On a plumber's truck, we repair what your husband fixed. Ah, that's not fair. My husband knows how to fix a lot of things. All right, let's read it again. Ready? Lift your voice. Ready? On a plumber's truck, we repair what your husband fixed. Are you speaking out? All right, next one. Let me move. Okay. All right, here you go. Ready? On an electrician's truck. Try it again. On an electrician's truck. Let us remove your shorts. Oh, goodness. All right, let's try it again. Ready? Speak out. On an electrician's truck. Let us remove your shorts. Are you saying every word with intent? Ready? Here we go. On another plumber's truck. Don't sleep with a drip. Call your plumber. Let's take a sip of water. We're putting forth effort. We're not yelling. We're projecting our voice over a big crowd. Say it again. On another plumber's truck. Don't sleep with a drip. Call your plumber. Are you speaking out? Say it again. Ready? On another plumber's truck. Don't sleep with a drip. Call your plumber. Next one. Ready? Outside a muffler shop. No appointment necessary. We hear you coming. Are you saying every word with intent? Let's slow it down a little bit. Ready? Outside a muffler shop. No appointment necessary. We hear you coming. Now, when you say necessary, are the words going in front of you? No appointment necessary. Try it with me. No appointment necessary. And the next part. We hear you coming. Let's do it, the whole thing one more time, not too quick. Ready? Speak out. Outside a muffler shop. No appointment necessary. We hear you coming. Now, so many people are struggling with being able to transition their great intentional voice from reading to conversation. And part of it is because when you're reading, you have the words in front of you. And when you're talking in conversation, you have to organize your thoughts. You also have lots of other distractions going on, like if you're at a restaurant and the other people and the music and you're trying to eat at the same time. So what you have to do is try to purposefully do things where you have to think a little bit more and use more intent. So for the reading, one way to do this is to read backwards. So let's read this backwards, speaking out, lifting our voice forward. Here we go. Coming, you, here, we, necessary appointment, no. Shop, muffler, a, outside. Now, when you read that backwards, were you able to speak out? Did you lift your voice? Try it again. Coming, you, here, we. Necessary appointment, no. Shop, muffler, a, outside. Okay, another way to make it more challenging is to read it, but to skip every other word. So let's read this again. We're going to skip every other word. Ready? Outside, muffler, no, necessary. Here, coming. Was that harder? Did you speak out? Let's do it again. Start with outside and skip every other word. Outside, muffler, no, necessary. Here, coming. Do you see how that's more challenging? So in order to transition your intentional speech to conversation, you have to challenge yourselves in different ways. So use the structured activities, like we took that sentence, and then you change it up to make it more challenging. All right, take a sip of water. We'll move on to the cognitive exercise. All right, so now we're going to practice speaking out in conversation. I'm going to make you think. It's summertime, time for ice cream. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to name as many different ice cream flavors as you can think of. Ready? Now say each one. Lift it and speak out. Go. Now answer these questions with intent. Every word with intent. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? Where do you like to go get ice cream? If you wanted to have ice cream tonight for dessert, name 5 places you could go buy ice cream. Say each one with intent. And now we're going to keep making it more challenging. I want you to give directions from your house to the nearest ice cream shop. Be very specific what streets, where you're turning, what the name of the streets are. If you can, go ahead. Every single word with intent. Go ahead and practice. If you can read for 3 to 5 minutes while speaking out using your best voice, and you can do things like give directions while you're speaking out, you will have no problem communicating with other people. Okay, what is this? Say it with intent. I want you to name other tools that you might find in a toolbox. Say each one with intent. What would you find in a toolbox? Answer these questions. How many screwdrivers do you have? Say every word with intent. How much would a screwdriver cost? Name 3 different kinds of screwdrivers. Say every word with intent. If you wanted to buy a screwdriver, where could you go? Name at least 3 places where you could buy a screwdriver. Say it with intent. And last one, give me directions from your house to the nearest place you could go to buy a screwdriver. Think about it. Say every single word with intent. To improve speech and swallowing in Parkinson's, you need to do exercises to strengthen the muscles, and then you need to practice speaking with intent. Take the structured task, take pictures, different things, and make them as challenging as you can. They should be a little challenging, but not frustrating, okay? All right, take a sip of water. We will end with Dr. Boone's words. If you have a question for me, send me an email. If you also have suggestions or feedback about these sessions and how to improve them, send that to me. And also, if you haven't registered for the presentations I'll be giving tomorrow, I'll ask Julie to post that link. We're going to reveal our plan for the future. And I really appreciate everyone who has already registered. We have over 400 people who have already registered, so thank you for that. Last exercise. Remember on the video you saw how the tongue was moving? Well, in order to swallow, the back of the tongue has to go up, and it has to go up high enough to trigger the swallow. And movements in Parkinson's are smaller, so the tongue doesn't want to go up as high as it needs to. That's why sometimes people have a hard time getting the swallow going. The tongue has to go up high enough to trigger the swallow. So that's what this exercise targets. Ready? Here we go. Gu, la, gun, ga, ga. With intent. Gu, la, gun, ga, ga. Again. Gu, la, gun, ga, ga. Next. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. Let me hear the sounds. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. When we hear the G, the NG, and the K, we know the tongue reached the spot it's supposed to. One more time. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. Two more, then we're done. Ready? Gangla, gangla, in front of you, gangla. Last one, kukla, kukla, kukla. Thank you everybody for joining me. Please tell other people with Parkinson's about these sessions. We want to help everybody we can, and the recordings are available at any time. I will be back tomorrow.